Previously on Black Book. Vasilisa freed Alexandra from a dark fate in the bathhouse. The Aspen seal was broken. And after all that, a salt refinery was in need of her services.
A restless mischief of magpies is circling the telegraph post. The white collars of these birds flicker in the moonlight. The persistent neighing of a horse can be heard from the stables. When you come closer, you see a black shadow shuffling around the animal. You take a closer look and recollect your grandfather's lessons. This is a susiedka. You're sure of it.
Oh, no edge. Do your folk have a cabin here or something?
Why do you torture the animal? A Sosietko is supposed to look after the horses, not torture them.
So you see me? What of it? This animal is the wrong color. It's not like that of the master.
The color is wrong. What color do you require?
Oh, I'd be happy even with a small, puny horse, but it should be the same color of the master's beard. If I waste this one, he'll buy a new one.
I'm telling you as one susietka to another. Do you see that girl's book?
Of course I do.
So if you're such a specialist in colors, take a look at its cover. All the zagavars in there are for getting rid of susietkas. Believe me, I know.
My, oh my.
The domovoi hisses like an angry cat. The The spirit jumps off the horse and disappears into a dark corner of the stables.
So I rolled up a cigarette. And then I tell him, spicing it up with curses. Then he crowed and disappeared. Happened this year in the hunting season.
Was he also asking about your daughter?
Come on, Your Excellence. Every knowledgeable passerby thinks he has to pull my leg.
God bless.
God bless.
The nobleman glances at you, flushes red, and nods in a restrained manner.
There aren't any horses at the station.
Really? And what about your Sivka?
The Sisetko's been riding that one for 7 nights straight. She doesn't let anybody near. You have to wait for fresh post horses. They're due in the morning.
And listen to Samson's tall stories. My name is Alexander. My companion is none other than the station caretaker.
My name is Vasilisa. I'm going to the ust-korov factory.
You won't make it far without a carriage at this hour. We can play some cards while we wait. Where are you from?
From Vilgard. I have business at the factory. The horses could bring me only as far as this station.
The locals perhaps are afraid of riding in the direction of the factory.
Well, what do you expect? The factory is haunted, and now demons have snipped the telegraph lines. What a mess. At this rate, we'll be left without a Tsar.
Did the demons cut the lines or what?
Who else?
According to you, the demons are to blame for everything. Is winter also their doing?
You bet. Have you heard of Shurikens?
I know about them. And I know for a fact that the winter is not their doing. It's all in the celestial bodies.
Really?
So what happened to the telegraph?
Who knows? The monitor came, took the horses. Told me he was going to fix them. Took the stableman as well.
Samson says the spirits are to blame. He says all sorts of superstitious things.
Try living by the forest as long as I have. You'd see stranger things.
What have you heard about the factory?
It used to be a fine factory. Before the devil came, people started to disappear. There's always some witchery going on.
Was it before the recent disappearances?
I heard the same thing from the peasants. They say it's a bad place.
That's right. Everyone knows the mills are all haunted. Why would the factory be any different?
Just don't go in the water if you can't swim.
He told me about other cases.
Well, there's no lack of misfortune. Pahom sure had it tough. Then all these problems with the brine started.
Now they tell me more salt workers are disappearing. God is punishing them.
Or the devil.
What about you, Alexander? Where are you going?
I'm going to Logovo village. I'm a doctor, studied in St. Petersburg. The doctor there has his hands full. A difficult case. We've been exchanging letters.
I know a little about folk medicine. What happened here?
A witch doctor. A noble trade, but not as effective as the scientific approach. Well, listen. The peasant girl developed a kind of emaciation. She can't sleep at night, hallucinates.
What do the people say?
The usual things. Curses, kolduns.
I know how to deal with that. Perhaps I could help you.
There's no curse there. I mean, are there even such things? There's a sick girl in Logovo village. Come, I'll be waiting for you. I mean, I'll be in the village.
I'll go check on your livestock. Maybe I can calm it down.
Go on. His Excellence also has places to go. He's been waiting. Oh, Vasilisa. So, how's the horse?
I managed to calm the animal down. I made arrangements with the Susietko.
Well, what do you know? All right. I'll get you where you need.
Thank you for not sharing any more of these wonderful stories.
They aren't stories, that's what happened.
The caretaker points in the direction of Ust-Urolka, and the cart with Alexander in it departs to Logova village. As you plan your next moves, you're interrupted by a shadow that appears suddenly on the road. You quickly draw a circle. The shadows come closer while you prepare the black book. Soon, a peasant stands before you with a heavy club in his hands.
Who goes there?
I'm from Vilgard. I'm headed to the salt works.
Cross yourself first.
You make the sign of the cross over yourself.
Phew, I thought I'd run into a demon. That kind wouldn't be willing to bless itself. I was sent for a night watch from ust-korov village. Shorts are bothering folk at the factory. You're heading there?
Well, yes. I'm an ore from Cherdyn. I'd like to help.
Which? I'd better get going.
Did you hear about the missing people?
Gone without a trace. At first, we thought they'd gone on a drinking binge, but no. They went missing during their night watch. I heard there was a thick fog on those nights. Looked like a river overflowing.
What have you heard about the missing salt?
I heard it went missing long ago. Must be some thieves.
Could it be Chorts?
Could be. Oh, kingdom of the Lord. I used to be a salt walker once. See? Ears are all eaten away. Better ears than the immortal soul, though.
Well, God bless you.
Sharp pine trees overhang the road like the legions of demons you've seen in many icons at the Church of the Trinity. You nearly jump. The forest darkness is torn apart by a flaming whirlwind hurtling over the trees. You run after the fiery whirlwind. You think that you've lost it, but then see it above the trees again. The chase leads you to Logova village. The fiery omen circles the chimney of one of the houses and then vanishes. You knock on the door of the izba, next to which you saw a fiery image vanish. Alexander opens the doors. Inside, the doctor has already prepared the remedies. Among the bottles, you notice several old candles.
I didn't expect you to answer the invitation. But come in. Here is the sick girl.
On a bench under the icons lies an emaciated woman. Her eyes are open, but clearly do not see. She whispers abrupt phrases.
He'll come. He'll be back. He'll be back.
What are you talking about? What are you waiting for?
Vanya! He's back. I know it.
It seems that this woman is delirious after several sleepless nights.
This Vanya, is he presumed dead?
He's alive! Alive! I've seen him. He's well, except for his missing spine.
Her husband was killed in action. The news came not so long ago, they say.
I saw a demon near the village.
That's the tales of Samson. They make you see things.
No, I think evil spirits has a hand in this.
Of course they did.
Don't believe me? I know for sure a demon's at fault. The demon comes to the girl in the image of her dead husband. It drains her of her life force and can lead to her death. What spirit is to blame for her sickness? Looks like a fiery snake's doing. It all fits. The dead man, the visions, the lack of a spine. He must be close right now.
Close? Yes, he's here. Soon my Vanya will come.
When did she fall ill?
The local doctor first wrote to me about her several months ago.
A long time. We won't cure her with words at this point. There's this type of chort. They take the form of the dead and visit the living. They can also look like their husbands. We need to ambush the chort that's been haunting her. If we get on the stove, he won't notice us. You'll see it with your eyes if you're close.
This is madness.
If we don't do this, the woman will soon follow her husband. No powders will make her better. Besides, they say that educated men like to put everything to the test.
Alexander reluctantly agrees and gets on top of the stove. You don't wait long. Sparks fly out of the mouth of the stove, and out crawls a pale chort with cow's hooves. For a moment, you think you hear Alexander whispering protective zagavers. However, you have no time to think. You need to decide what to do next.
Hey, you demon, come again yesterday.
All the streak in the book. Who's there on the stove?
Why do you torture this girl with a fiery snake? Get out while you still can.
You guessed it.
That's what I think.
That's enough. The stove won't stop me. I'll get you.
The chort turns into a sheaf of sparks. You jump off the stove and draw a circle. The chort breaks out with a brilliant flame and disappears into the stove. It won't return to this izba, but it's better for you to prepare for your next encounter with it. You inspect the sick girl. She looks a bit less pale. Her strength is gradually returning to her. Alexander thanks you modestly and prepares to set off. The young man avoids looking at you. It seems his meeting with the demon had a profound effect on him. He reluctantly admits that he whispered some prayers while sitting on the stove. The murmur of the Chornaya River can be heard amidst the darkness. You also hear several voices nearby. A prickly sensation on your back tells you they belong to the spirits. Having heard your voice and the holy words, the spirits disappear. The only thing you hear is a water splash. On a stone by the water, you notice a wet comb. You leave the river behind and go back on the road to Ust-Barovsk. You have goosebumps, a sign of a devilish presence. You look around. Your only companion is humming among the silence. Suddenly, a dark figure steps out from the shade. It is a scribe, a Zagavr dealer.
The wisdom that lies upon dark pages is not that of madness. You cannot paint me as a liar.
The telegraph wires stretch between the poles like the strings of a giant spindle. The wooden structures look alien, and the grim trees around them seem to glare at them reproachfully. By the road, you notice a couple arguing in a lively manner.
Oh, Lord, how do I even begin my journey there? My Lord, I'm scared. Did you hear what they were saying on the station?
I'll show you, scared.
Good evening.
Let God arise and his foes vanish.
Oh, damn you. Who goes there?
My name is Vasilisa. I'm going to the Ust-Korov factory.
Good lord. Why are you roaming around at night? We're up to our necks as it is. I'll get this Samson. He scared all the neighborhood.
I'm telling you, I saw it with my own eyes. Under the poles, the tracks are human, and then they turn into hoof tracks. I'm not going there. You go if you need it.
Mind who you're talking to. I'm the monitor.
What were those tracks? Perhaps it was some animal.
No animal walks barefoot. When the chief told me about the telegraph, I went over there, and I find this thing. So I ran.
Come here tomorrow. I'm sure it won't be as haunted in the morning.
I can't. The supervisors will skin me alive. I've been told to find the source of the problem and fix it.
I'm not afraid of chorts. I can go there and check.
Well, if my worker doesn't want to, I leave it to you. As a reward, you'll receive his daily wage.
Fine by me. I'll wait here. Keep the money.
All right. I'll be back soon as I deal with the chorts.
The road leads to the village. In the distance, you seem to discern the settlement lights. Despite the late hour, the peasants aren't sleeping. Almost all of the residents of this small village have gathered on the street. The discussion quiets down once they notice your figure on the road.
Good evening. Where are you heading?
Good evening to you, good people. The telegraph manager sent me to inspect.
Oh, the demons tore it down. Did you see that?
Yes,
Well, if you saw it, off you go. It's dangerous here. The place is haunted. Who knows what else?
I saw the torn wire. I haven't seen any demons, though. There was some strange tracks near the pole.
Well, what do you expect from a demon?
Strange that they stayed there in this dry weather.
Well, it's a chort we're talking about. He leaves his tracks where he wants.
I also found a candle lamp by the road. As if this chort burned candles.
Must have fallen off wagon. These things happen.
Enough with this nonsense! Too many strange things near that pole. Not the sort of strange things that are done by chorts. It was you who broke the telegraph.
Oh, spare us, kind woman. I got the wire, but not out of malice. Don't tell the monitor.
Why are you sabotaging government property?
Why else? Nothing good comes of it. The Wallace monitor doesn't tell us, but we know anyway. Here, Masha's cow died, and Vasily here also got sick. So what else could be the cause if not the poles? Everything was fine until they turned up. The demons, they fly around on this wire, so...
In his vexation, the peasant can only swing his hand. The mob mumbles approvingly.
The demons may be to blame, but not because of the telegraph, that's for sure. The monitor doesn't send demons. Khaldoons do.
You seem to be right. We won't damage the telegraph anymore.
Alright, I won't tell on you. There's no sense in going to labor camps because of some wires.
Thank you, girl.
The mob hums with their approval. Someone brings a pot of fresh milk for you to take. Having noticed your approach, the monitor comes to meet you.
So, did you figure out what's wrong?
Yes, demons are at fault.
That's what I've been saying.
I know the right words, so I whispered a bit. They won't haunt the factory anymore.
Thank you. Here's the reward I promised.
Well, goodbye.
Just before dawn, the village is still, wrapped in icy dew. You're greeted by the whisper of a stream, a breath of damp wind, and the faint song of peasants who stayed up late. The quiet melody restores your powers. You pass the tranquil settlement and go to a crossroads. Looks like some chorts are hiding here. You reach the factory office. They were expecting you, and you soon meet the manager.
Ah, Vasilisa, you're here? Good.
Yes, the Lord surely helped me to get here. Could at least have sent some horses to get me.
It's not that far away.
You really don't know what's been going on? In one village, I had to defeat a fiery snake. In another village, the peasants took up cutting the wires.
That's all bad news. If I knew beforehand, I would give the coachman some money for vodka. They also get scared in the dark. Well, I'm sure it will work out. The main thing right now is to figure out what's been going on here at the factory. What's most important is to go on making salt.
I've heard that even before the disappearances, there was something strange going on.
People talk.
Can you tell me more about it?
Ah, let bygones be bygones. There was nothing of this sort. No hauntings. The brine went away, so they started talking. It was a long time ago. Nothing to do with the missing men. Besides, the brine is here again.
Did anything happen while you were gone?
Oh no, everything's fine, thank God. I feel quite uneasy here at the factory. I'm sure it's some kind of demon.
All right, time to get to work. I'll find this factory chort.
Oh, thank you, Vasilisa. I've arranged a room for you. Rest a bit, and get to work. The lads will show you the way.
Never had a liking for Silikamskoye, yes, especially after I died. Salt is bad for spirits, and those factories, yeah, don't they have anything better to do? Plow a field or something.
Stop grumbling. We're here anyway. Why don't we try finding who's at fault?
It's always a local Khaldun's fault. You'll see.
We'll see. Listen, Proshka, can you see the demons at the factory with those demon eyes of yours?
Bah, evil spirits are everywhere. I'm sure we'll meet some at the factory. That doesn't mean we're always the ones to blame.
Well, actually, it usually does.
That's just the way your Khalduns tell it. Look at me. I'm kindness and fluffiness itself.
True, but before you I saw countless chorts, but none of them were fluffy, if you will.
You just need to get to know them better.
Right.
Wake up, it's done already. Pahom wants you in his office. Are you a new salt carrier? All right, I don't have much time. Don't forget to close the door.
The workers that you meet seem to be scared, even in these early hours. You try to start a conversation, but as soon as you mention the disappearances, they cross themselves and quickly scurry away. In the factory office, you meet Pahom.
Ah, Vasilisa, come. I'll show you the factory. It's quite big. Quite a fortune we have here. Salt, as you see. But you can go anywhere with me. First, we will visit the pump. Alexei used to work there. Then we will visit the salt oven. Pyotr went missing there. We can go to the storehouse. A demon was seen there that night. Are you ready to go, or do you want to ask something?
What happened to Alexei in the pump tower?
He was the first to disappear. Happened on the first night we struck Brian. He was working then. Haven't heard of him since. Maybe they will tell you something new in the tower. Are you ready to go, or do you want to ask something?
Tell me about Pyotr, who worked in the salt oven.
He was gathering salt from the Tsirin that night. There wasn't any brine at first, so we started cooking later. They'll tell you more in the salt oven. Are you ready to go, or do you want to ask something?
What did you see near the salt box?
We tried to track the culprit down. We saw a shadow, but it was foggy that night. Trishka called out to it, and this shadow started thrashing about like a fish. No man moves that way. It was here, by the salt box. We load the salt onto barges here. Are you ready to go, or do you want to ask something?
I understand. Time for me to go.
A tall silhouette of a brine pump tower appears before you. It seems to hang over the factory like a watchtower. A steady hiss of the pump is heard from it.
Hey, Ivan, come over here. This is our piping master, an expert in drilling.
Ah, Pahom. Who did you bring?
A Noah from Cherdin. She's going to help us find Alexei.
So that's why her head is uncovered. Huh, a bare-headed witch. Are you out of your mind? Bringing cauldrons to the factory?
Hey, mind who you're talking to. Show her Alexei's things.
So we've been working here for years, breaking our backs, just so you could bring witches around, right? What are you listening to her for? She probably doesn't know anything. Listen, pretty girl. Do you at least know what do we do on this tower?
What is this wooden tower used for? The tower protects the pond that lifts the brine from the well.
It may be not such a bad idea, Pahom. The girl is smart. I'll bring Alexei's things now.
The worker brings a bundle in which you find a piece of paper with a clumsy poem written on it.
Your fingers are like salt, your eyes deep as water, your hair is black as tar.
Look at him go.
Who could he have written this about?
Maybe he fell for a salt worker girl.
Huh, I doubt it. He'd write something about salty years then. I don't know, he never told me anything of this sort. Well, I need to work. You need anything else?
What can you tell me about the missing guy?
What can I tell? A proper lad. And a smart one. Knows his way around the mechanism. Likes to have a drink, the rascal. Must be drinking with Peter in some pothouse. Oh, if I only catch him doing that.
They say a demon is carrying off workers. Seen anything odd?
Yeah, a witch walking around the factory. That's what's hot.
Now you tell her what she wants.
I haven't seen anything, all right? You'll learn for yourself that there aren't no demons here.
What was Alexei doing in the pump tower the night he disappeared?
I put him there to look after the pump once the brine started flowing. There's nothing else to do there. He must have grown bored and went to the pothouse.
I see. Thanks for the help.
So, what do you think happened to Alexei?
For now, it's unclear. If it had been Chorts, they would have killed him on the spot. Maybe the girl from the poem knows something. So, where did he go missing? In the salt oven?
Yes, it's right here, behind the salt box. We will visit it first.
On your way to the salt oven, one of the workers calls out to Pahom and starts to question him about the disappearances. While Pahom is busy, you decide to look around.
Enough already! We need to go and you have work to do.
Wait. We stopped here for a reason. I noticed claw marks on it. The kind only the demons leave behind.
Where? Oh, Jesus Christ!
Lord have mercy!
I need to look inside.
Well, what are you waiting for? Open it!
Listen, Pahom, don't be angry. We've lost the keys.
Well, take some logs away then.
They've salted through heavily.
We need to open it today, before demons kill anyone else.
Do as you're told, while we go visit the salt oven.
The salt oven is submerged in unbearably hot shadow. You remember your visit to the underworld during your initiation. You shudder when you take a peek at the red-hot siren.
Hey you! Drop that sack! We want to ask you about Pyotr.
Good day, master.
Did you work with Piotr? What can you tell me about him?
Well, what can I tell? I don't know. He worked hard, we all do. Well, that's it, really.
What was Piotr doing here?
Everything, really. Cooked salt, a strong guy. Was good at hauling the sacks from down below. Now that I think about it, he was quite good at hauling salt. You have to have some skill for that. Not a drunkard.
Have you heard about the demons? Seen anything like that?
Yes, I've heard. Lord protect me, but the Lord is merciful. I haven't seen anything of the sort. Peter used to say that we're here like chorts in hell ourselves.
I'll show you, Jorts. Don't forget who you're talking to.
Oh, forgive me, master. I wasn't thinking.
Have you seen anything unusual?
Nothing of the sort. We're too busy working. I've heard, though, the other day, Peter was saying that he was going to get married.
How's that? To whom?
Yeah, I thought it strange too. I didn't know anything about him proposing, and here he tells us about this beauty. Black hair, white skin, that's the way he tells it. I think maybe he eloped with her.
It doesn't look like there are any demons here. I need to search other places.
Well, go on. I'll check up on the salt box. You, lad, come with me. Give me a hand.
It's getting dark. Hurry up, your workers.
The barn stands like a grim giant. The processed salt is stored here before it is loaded onto barges. Suddenly, in the darkness of the parted gates, you notice a fuzzy figure. You look closer and see that the sun has almost gone over the horizon. You draw a circle just in time. A demon emerges from the darkness.
forever in the woods. Don't kill me, demon, I beg you.
Demon? I'm often called a witch, but this is a first.
Open your eyes. What kind of Susietka takes a Khaldun for a demon?
So you're not the demon that settled in the box? Oh, what alive.
So you're saying there's a chort in the salt box. Have you seen it?
I haven't, but we all can feel it here. It emerged along with the salt. Now it starts to eat people. Oh, what alive.
Why did you attack me? Was it you who killed the workers?
No, I'm peaceful spirit. The chort from the salt box killed them. Even the Bannocs know what's been going on. Oh, what alive.
You look like a Susietka. What kind of spirit are you?
I'm a Susetko. There used to be an izba here. Its house forgot to bring me along. Then I started living in the barn when it was built. And the things that have been going on lately. Oh, what alive.
I need to go. It's midnight soon. What should I do with you? You stay here. Keep guard in the barn.
The demon nods and dissolves into darkness.
What else is there around the salt refinery? What is the true cause of the disappearances? Find out next time on Luck